my first exposure to the life insurance industry, and I want to share what went right and what went wrong, so that maybe some of these mistakes you can avoid. I go to the meeting. First of all, I said no a bunch of different times. There's a whole other video on that one, on the keep following up, don't let no stop you, and also how to be more open as a person. But I go to this meeting, and I told my buddy, I'm like, hey man, whatever you do, I don't know any of these people here. Just like, don't leave me with some weird people, bro. Okay, I'm going somewhere I've never been. I don't know anybody. And if you're an introvert, right, and you're going somewhere with like a friend, you're like, dude, where's my friend? Where's my friend? So at that time, I'm 18. I'm a young guy. I'm going to this office, a different city. I don't know anybody. I'm like, I don't want to be around some weirdos I don't know. So don't leave me with these weirdos. And we get in, and I turn around for a second. Somebody's talking to me, and this dude just jets. Gone. And I'm like, what happened, man? I told you, don't leave me with these weird people I don't know. And so people are coming up, and they're introducing themselves, and then they start the presentation, right? So one was not properly introducing to key people, right? Intention. Like, hey, this person's personality, I think you would connect well with him, with her. Hey, he's got this background. This guy just went through that. Hey, this guy's in real estate. I think he'd connect with this guy from real estate. Hey, this is a couple. I want to introduce him to this other couple. Being intentional about every little part of your business. Being intentional about every little thing that you do. Who can connect the best? Whose personality types match, right? There was none of that. And it's all good. At that point, when you're 18, you don't know any of these skill sets. But as you get older, you start understanding that people like to be around people like themselves. And so you want to connect people with people like themselves so they can say, hey, there's other people here like this environment. This relates to me. I relate to the environment. Then the next part, I go into this presentation, and the gentleman is given a lot of information, and it was very informative, don't get me wrong, but it was just information. There was no stories, there was no fun, there was no laughter, there was no challenge, there was nothing that caught my attention. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, how long until this finishes? Like, can this guy just finish the meeting already? And I already made a decision, right, from this experience I had in the lobby of meeting some bunch of people I had no idea that I didn't relate to two, now meeting this gentleman who I also don't relate to, who's giving me a lot of information that I don't care for. And I'm like, this just isn't for me. Like, I wish good for my friend. Like, I hope it's good for him. But like, this is not my scene. This is not my environment. That's the power of meeting the right person. So I'm leaving, and I hear this gentleman yelling next door, full-blown yelling. Like, I'm like, dude, is somebody fighting? No, man. That's the meeting after the meeting. I'm like, there's a meeting. Then there was another meeting. Now there's a meeting after the meeting. What the hell are you guys talking about? Like, well, he's closing out the night. I said, can I listen? I just want to hear what he's saying. Yeah. So we go in the back of the room. I'm sitting in the back of the room, and I see this guy yelling from the front of the room. Veins are popping out, spit's going everywhere, freaking intense. I'm like, dude, I'm zoned in right now. He says, let me tell you why most of you won't win big in life. He says, you don't expect great things in your life. Let me tell you this story. And he tells his story about this golfer that goes to golf with the king of Saudi Arabia, and at the end, he stayed in the palace. They had food, the golf, the massage, everything, world class. And he says, it's my custom to gift you something. Can I give you a gift? And the golfer says, sir, king, your highness, you've let me stay in your palace. No, I cannot accept anything from you. And he says, it's rude in my culture if you don't accept a gift. Please let me gift you something. He says, okay, man, just send me a golf club, you know? So he's thinking, he gets on the plane, he leaves. He's thinking that he's going to get a golf club, you know, maybe like a really nice golf club. Maybe it's going to be 24 karat. Maybe there's going to be some rubies on it. And a week goes by, a month goes by, 2 months go by, 3 months, and he's like, well, he forgot. He's a freaking king. Don't worry about it. All good. 6 months later, this guy gets an envelope. He opens up the envelope, and there's a deed in it, and it's the deed to a golf club, to a clubhouse with lockers, with a course, with restaurant, a golf club. And the guy says at that very moment, he says, that's the problem with most of you in this room. You think too small. You don't think big enough. You're not expecting big enough. You're asking God, this king, for what you want. And you just ask for a golf club instead of a golf club. And in that moment, I said, dude, I don't know what the hell who this guy is. I just got to be around this guy. That energy, that mentality, that shift in the way that we think, that thinking bigger, the story, the fun, the energy behind it. I was like, dude, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm inspired right now. I'm fired up. What the hell do we sell? Okay? How do we sell his life insurance? How do I get around that guy? I got to meet that guy, right? And I remember my life changing because I met Patrick David when I was 19 years old, and Pat would, when Pat gave a message, man, he would just baptize everybody, front row. It's like SeaWorld, soak zone, okay? Just because you're intense, right? You'd be like, come on, man, let me get baptized. But it was such a great passion, by the way, that the veins would pop out. And I'm like, oh, here we go. The veins are coming, man. Let's go. And I got fired up. Why? Because I saw a person that, one, believed in themselves. I saw a person that believed in what they were doing. I saw a person that believed in other people. I saw a person that had a dream and a vision that I could be a part of. I saw a person that modeled a mentality that was attractive. I saw a person that was passionate about something, that it meant so much to them, and I had never met people like that. Maybe like if you play sports, you probably related to your coach. And in that moment in my life, for the first time ever, I found a real mentor outside of my father, my mom, and outside of family. I found a real mentor at that moment, somebody that I wanted to be more like, somebody that I wanted to be around, somebody that I knew. I said, man, this guy's going to do something great in his life, and I want to learn as much as I can from him. I want to be able to be like that. I want to be able to inspire other people. I want to be able to tell stories. I want to have that confidence. I want to have that intensity. Man, I want to have something I'm so damn fired up about like that makes me want to be that way. I want to become that leader. I found the right person, and it completely changed my life. So the right environment sometimes is the right person. It's the right energy. It's when you're authentic. It's when you're not doing a verbatim practice presentation, but you're speaking from the heart. This is so much more powerful than this. Connect with people, man. It changed my entire life. The right person, the right conversation, the right message. I want to share what went wrong and what went right, so hopefully you can model that and not do, like my friend says, not do presentations, but do passiontations. And connect with people, man. Tell stories. Be yourself. Be real. And other people will sense that, and they will want to be a part of whatever you're doing if it's in alignment with what they're looking for. Take care, guys.